Hola, hi. I wrote down yesterday, I don't know why, but I wrote down what I love and what I hate. And so this one is going to be a little bit different because I think I'm going to share a little bit with you. And maybe by the end of it, you're going to share a little bit with me. What you like, what you don't, yes, same principle. Anyways, I love being silly with good friends to goof around. I think silliness is underrated. We always think as adults that we have to appear so professional, for example. And I think it gives a great relief. And that's, for example, why I'm doing the Pinapple Multiverse videos on Instagram with a dear friend of mine, because obviously we have both quite a few of our challenges, but it just gives us some much needed lightheartedness, and where we don't have to think about our problems and being silly. So I love being silly. I love using humor, and I love being deep too. Both. Yes. I obviously love being creative, and I love being whimsical, because if you look at all my art, that's what people always tell me, that the drawings are whimsical. And by the way, I have lots of them as prints, and you can find them on fineartamerica.com. I will put up a link. You can get greeting cards, you get art prints, cushion, there's lots of stuff. Just have a look in case you're curious. That maybe brings me to my next point. I hate running after people. It's something, maybe it's gotten something to do with age at some point. I've just come to the conclusion I don't like running after people. So if it is something like where I have the feeling I have to put all the effort into it, whether that's being with friendships or other things, I just back off. I think there has to be a little bit of a give and take. And a little bit, it's like this even with my business. I don't like to tell you, sign up for this, follow my YouTube channel, because I think you're clever enough. And if you want to follow my channel, you just follow it. If you want to have a coaching with me and are curious, you book one with me. I hate this whole convincing culture. I see so many, even if I don't put on the sound, I see so many videos where I see this, just the gesture of people who are trying to convince other people, convince them how great it is what they are doing. And you see a lot of these leaning into and saying, and this is how, and like this sorry, this combination of being overly confident, that's what I think, and with the gestures and leaning into and animated face and stuff like this. I hate that stuff, to be honest, because I get that, sometimes I think you have to hold hands with someone, because I remember when I just bought this car I'm sitting in, used of course, but that sometimes, the fears come up, and the one who's selling it to you, well, if it's, if he's not trying to rip you off, yes, it can maybe gain a little bit of trust by telling you why the car is good or whatever. So maybe there's a place for that. But in general, I just hate any kind of manipulation games, in order to get something. Yes, I do think that strategies sometimes are good. I do know that sometimes, and I do unfortunately know very well that with very manipulative people and toxic people and narcissists, you yourself have to become very strategic just to survive, and have to edit yourself. It's not that it's fake, but it's the only way you can deal in these environments. And to be honest, I don't really like doing it, but the alternative of being ripped apart, no, not great. Yeah, so I think this whole culture that supports, that's another thing I really hate, is this whole competition and this pressure in many areas. It's never been my thing, and maybe that's why, I don't know, I haven't been as successful as I could or whatever, because I'm not so much made for competition. It's not my thing. And to shout the loudest or something like that isn't my thing either. So I don't know. I love doing things my own way. And yeah, I don't know. I love being left in peace from a shouty world. I love people who are really understanding. And I hate that we live in a world that often is, when you, for example, like me and so many others, have an invisible illness, that you often are not taken seriously by the medical system, that you don't get the help you need, that you have to somehow navigate through this on your own, that we just live in a world that doesn't seem to really listen to other people. Or there are, of course, exceptions, but I hate that there is not enough support for people with, or the right support maybe, or you have to have a lot of money, I don't know, for people who are dealing with chronic invisible illnesses, and that it's quite a shit show sometimes. And yes, I want to, of course, stop with a love thing. I love my friends. I love you people who comment on my YouTube channel, and I love interaction. I love a good discussion. I love interaction when it's respectful. I love being in Portugal right now, and I love going to my Portuguese lessons where I'm headed to right now. So if you like to share with me what you love and what you hate, I really would love to hear it. This was Anja Kersten, life coach and artist. Take good care.